Hi children, today we will discuss about interconversion of matter. Means matter can be converted from one form to another form, that is solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, gas or vapor once same, vapor to liquid and again liquid to solid. Few things can be converted directly from solid to vapor and vapor to solid. So what are the things we will discuss one by one, right? See now. So states of matter, interconversion of solid to liquid state, this is the first one. Closely packed molecular arrangement changes to loosely packed molecular arrangement. Means when you are converting from solid to liquid, in case of solids the particles will be very close to each other, that is called closely packed molecular arrangement. But in case of liquids the molecule will be little far away from each other, that is called loosely packed molecular arrangement. When we convert from solid to liquid, the molecules get converted into from closely packed molecules to loosely packed things. So greater the intermolecular spaces, lesser will be the intermolecular force. If the intermolecular space will be very high, then the intermolecular force will be less, and vice versa. In the sense, if the intermolecular space is less, then intermolecular force will be very high. You just keep it in mind. If their particles are very close to each other, the force between them will be high. If particles are far away from each other, the force will be low. Then melting or fusion. So what is melting? The process in which solid changes into liquid, okay, by heating. The process in which the solid changes into liquid by heating is called melting, or which is once again called as fusion. Then what about melting point? The temperature at which the solid gets converted into liquid, the temperature we call it as melting point. Next we go for liquid to solid state. See, in the previous slide we discussed about solid to liquid conversion. Now we go for liquid to solid conversion. When water is kept in deep freezer, that is called refrigerator, for few hours it gets solidified. Okay, heat is taken out from water, increases the intermolecular force, loosely packed molecular arrangement, and see, freezing in the sense the process of conversion of liquid into solid is called freezing, or which is also called as solidification. Then what about freezing point? The temperature at which the water get converted into solid is called freezing point. The freezing point of water is 0 degree centigrade. Here you should learn a new concept, children. In case of refrigerator, see children, we all know that if you keep glass of water in refrigerator, after 1 or 2 hours it get converted into ice. We all know about it. How it is getting converted into ice, that is the main important. What makes the glass of water getting converted into ice in the fridge? What is there in the fridge actually? There will be some sort of tubes in the fridge, in that there will be the liquid. In liquid state, chlorofluorocarbons have been inserted, CFC they will be called as. Generally they will be in the liquid state in the refrigerator. What does this? They will be in the form of some tubes, okay. What this liquid do? This liquid go and touch the vessel where we have kept some sort of liquid in refrigerator, maybe glass of water whatsoever, or bowl of water. So when it touches, once this chlorofluorocarbon liquid touches that glass of water, what happens? It will drag the heat from that glass of water. By dragging the heat, it gets heated. Which one? Chlorofluorocarbon liquid get heated, and when it get heated, it gives coolness to that. See, what is nothing but cool and heat. Remember that if there is hot body in my hand and there is another cold body in my hand, what does it do? The hot body gives heat to the cold body. Heat always flows from hot body to cold body. In case of this refrigerator, heat flows from the cold CFC to sorry, heat flows from the bowl of vessel, the liquid which is present in the bowl that we kept in the refrigerator, to the cold CFC which is in the tubes. It will extract the heat from that vessel and it gets converted into vapor. Likewise, the chlorofluorocarbons come out from the refrigerator and they will be very less density, less than air, so that they will move up and they will make the holes to the ozone layer. That is why few countries they have banned these refrigerators. Okay, these are very dangerous. So likewise, the heat they are going to cool in case of refrigerator. Water is getting converted into ice. These fluorocarbons are making that. Okay, right. So the next concept, what is boiling and evaporation? Boiling point, in the sense, it takes place at fixed temperature. First thing you remember, children, the boiling takes place at fixed temperature where the liquid is getting converted into vapor. Means you take water. Generally, the water will be at room temperature. It may be around 25 to 30 degrees. That depends upon the climatic conditions. Okay. After that, that water we are going to keep it on stove. We are going to heat that water. Then what happens? If you place one thermometer inside, what happens? Its temperature increases 30 to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Up to 100 its temperature rises. When once it reaches the 100 degree centigrade temperature, then it won't rises in the thermometer. The temperature will not rise. Then what happens? At that point, the water tries to get converted from liquid state to vapor state. That point we call it as boiling point. Okay, that temperature is known as 100 degree centigrade for water. That is what we call it as boiling. Okay, for pure water the boiling temperature is 100. For pure water the melting temperature is 0 degree centigrade. Remember, children. And one more thing, there is a similar concept as that of boiling, that is evaporation, but don't think both are equal. This evaporation is little bit change. What is evaporation? It is the process of conversion of liquid to vapor itself, but at any temperature. Here the temperature is not fixed. See, if you spread the liquid, some water have been poured on the floor. If you spread the liquid, then what happens? After some time it gets evaporated. How it is going to be evaporated? Okay, through evaporation process. When water is heated, it starts converting into vapor. At certain temperature, the liquid start converting into vapor. That temperature we call it as boiling point. Okay, so this is regarding boiling. And evaporation can take place at any temperature. It doesn't have any fixed temperature. Okay, through air, what happens? The surface water gets evaporated always. The inside water will not be evaporated. The water which are going to be evaporated will be surface water, which is open to the air. The air which is moving on this water will take away few molecules along with the air. Okay, some molecules will fall down and second time the air comes, they will take off some molecules of air, so that the water present in that is going to be evaporated. So for that we don't require any of the temperature. Alright, what are the differences between boiling and evaporation? See here, occurs only at the boiling point. That is example for water 100 degree centigrade, this boiling. It occurs at all temperatures below the boiling point. There is no need of particular temperature in order to have evaporation. It will take place at all the temperature. Happens throughout entire the volume of the liquid. This boiling takes place entire volume of the liquid. In the vessel we have taken liquid, total liquid will be evaporated. But here only happens at the surface of the liquid. Which one? This evaporation. This boiling is a fast process and evaporation is a slow process. Bubbles are going to be formed in case of boiling, but in case of evaporation, no bubbles are going to be formed. Required external source of heat in order to take place boiling. There is no need of an external source. There is a natural source is enough, like source of sunlight is enough. There is no need of an external source. Next one, we will go for an activity. Place ice cubes on the table for few minutes. What happens? take a beaker and put some ice cubes into it. Water vapor from air comes in contact with the cold surface of the beaker and condense into water droplets. See here. If you pour some sort of ice cubes in a glass, after some time outside the glass you can observe what is a wetness. How you are going to get that wetness? Tell me. Is this due to ice which is present inside? No. Generally what we thought is inside the glass there is ice. That is why we are getting that what is that drops to the walls, outside walls of the tumbler or glass. But it is not the case. What is happening? The thing is, it will cool, it will be very cool. So it will go outside and the vapor, air particles will be there. They will attack with the air particles. Those air particles will be cooled down and condense on that. In air particles there will be some sort of moisture. That moisture will be condensed on the glass of water. Already generally we think that the ice cubes which are present inside the glass, they are the reason in order to get outside that wetness outside the glass. But it is not the case. The air which is present outside will have water, moisture. That moisture will be getting converted into liquid because of this coolness of ice. Okay, and they will settle on the glass. Because for liquid and a glass there will be some sort of what is known as adhesive forces. Due to adhesive forces they will be settled down. That one. Next we go for condensation. What is condensation? It is a process which water vapor in the air changed into liquid water. Water getting converted into liquid, we call it as condensation. It is the reverse process of evaporation. Okay. Next, sublimation. What is sublimation? It is the process in which the direct conversion of solid to gas without converting into liquid. Solid to vapor, direct camphor. If you burn the camphor, it just directly converted into vapor. Even dry ice, naphthalene balls, they will get converted directly into what is known as vapor instead of liquid. Next, this is the sublimation. So, best example for sublimation is dry ice or solid carbon dioxide sublimates directly from solid to vapor. They will be kept at very low temperatures. At what temperature the solid ice get converted into vapor? At minus 78.5 degrees centigrade, at very low temperature. When it's exposed to air, the dry ice changes directly from solid to vapor. It produces the dense fog-like vapors used for creating fog effects for the refrigerator. Even in refrigerator, this dry ice is going to be used in order to get a fog atmosphere inside the refrigerator. So, in refrigerator, we are going to use chlorofluorocarbons. Along with the dry ice is also used. That is also a carbon thing. So, in order to get fog effects. Next thing is states of matter and their conversion, that is evaporation, condensation, deposition, sublimation and freezing. We have discussed already evaporation. What is evaporation? The process of changing liquid into vapor at any temperature is called evaporation. Vapor or gas. Water evaporates from the pond is an example. Condensation, the process of changing gas into liquid, that is vapor into liquid. The best example is water vapor condensed when we put some sort of plate on a boiling water, the vapor will try to come out and they will condense on the closed plate. If you open the plate and see the back side, you will get droplets. Okay, that is called condensation. Deposition, the process of changing gas directly into solid, that is gas converted into solid. Example, frost forming on cold surfaces. And sublimation, the process of changing solid into gas directly, we call it as sublimation. It is the reverse process of sublimation is deposition. And freezing, the process of changing liquid into solid is called freezing at a particular temperature. In order to have freezing, we need temperature. Water turns into ice And next one is melting. The process of changing solid into liquid by heating is called melting. The temperature of melting is 0 degree centigrade. Next we go for one of the samples. See here, substance A solidifies first, it turns into ice. See, we are having ice, solid A, that is ice, oil, syrup, solid B and solid C. If you observe the figure, few solids, some solid is floating here and few solids are dipped inside. The syrup, solid A is floating on the ice. Its density is very, very less than that of oil. Oil float on the syrup indicates oil density is less compared to syrup, and few solids they have been dipped inside the syrup indicates that those two solids have much density compared to all other liquids. If density is more, it will sink. If density is less, it will float. Best example is if you take in water, if you take a leaf and a stone, leaf will float and stone will sink inside. That depends upon the density. So with this we have completed this, children. Thank you. We will meet in the next class. Bye.